Alright, so putting the finishing touches on everything. Like I said, I'm working on documentation too and doing final testing. But one of the things that had got requested actually a little while back with the settings menu was the ability for you to know what the current values were for things like clash threshold, the swing on speed, the force push length, as well as the lockup delay. And lockup delay, that's related to battle mode. So I actually was able to change how I was doing the spoken battery using WAV files and apply it to those to that menu system. So these all use WAV files, which means that you can actually technically have the voice be whatever you wanted the voice to be, versus just the built-in kind of talky sound. So I'll kind of just show those as an example. So we'll go into edit mode.
Edit mode.
And then
edit style.
We're going to go to the edit settings.
Edit color. Edit font. Edit track. Edit settings.
So edit settings.
Select option. Edit volume. Edit style settings. Edit control settings. Edit clash threshold.
So we'll start in edit clash threshold. And when you first go in, so when you press, obviously you dial to it, when you press the power button, it goes into that mode. It's going to tell you what your current setting is.
2.5.
So that tells me what my current clash threshold is. So I can go up by turning right or go down by turning left. So if you need to increase how sensitive your blade is. So increased clash threshold means a harder hit is needed to trigger it. So if you're getting false clashes, you would increase it, but it'll now say the number as you go up.
2.75.
And each menu goes up by different amounts. This goes up by 0.25 each turn.
3.0. 3.25.
And then you can go down.
3.0.
And when you get to the setting you want, you'll just press power to save it.
Save settings menu.
And then another setting is
edit blade length.
Oops, that's not one of them.
Edit clash threshold. Edit control settings.
So in the control settings are the other three that are numerical values. So we'll go into them.
Select option. Swing ignition.
So swing ignition is enabled or disabled, but the speed that triggers the swing ignition you can actually set. So we'll go to that.
Swing on speed.
So this is the swing on speed, and again you can set this up in.
Twist ignition.
Oops.
Swing on speed. 200.
So that's what it's currently set at. So if I want to increase the speed needed to trigger, you can turn right. If you need to decrease it, you can turn left. Now there's going to be maxes and mins on all these too.
300. 400. 500. 600.
And I believe 600 is the max.
Maximum settings.
So
600.
So 600 is the max setting.
500.
And those are pretty hard, fast swings to trigger.
400. 300.
So we'll save it at 300.
Save gesture menu.
And then
twist ignition, thrust ignition, stab ignition, force push length.
So the force push length is how far you have to do that push movement to trigger it. And that also has a max and a min, so we can do that.
4.
So mine's at 4, so you can go up.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maximum setting 10.
So the maximum is 10, but you can bring it down.
9.
10 is a pretty far movement, so that would be
8, 7, 6, 5.
So we'll leave it at 5.
Save gesture menu. Twist retraction. Lockup delay.
So lockup delay. This is the delay to stabilize your blade after you clash in battle mode. And again, this has a max and a min, but it'll tell you what your setting is.
200.
So that's how long it takes for you to steady your blade to determine if you want to do a clash or a lockup. You can increase that obviously if you need more time. So if you're hitting really hard, you're getting a hard bounce, a physical bounce, because obviously these blades are physical, you would increase it. If you want to shorten it, you would decrease.
300, 400.
So in all my testing, between 200 and 400 is the best numbers, but I'm going to keep mine at 300.
300. Save gesture menu.
So that's all the ability to have those numbers as you're dialing them in spoken. Obviously you're going to want to know what the number of values do, and obviously you're going to want to test everything. And then of course this all ties into the spoken battery level, which I can show.
Exit.
So we'll exit. So the spoken battery level is part of the battery level style. While your blade is off, you're going to hold aux and click power.
Battery level 3.87 volts.
So that's all now going to be doing the same. That's all using the same mechanism, and it's actually WAV file. So you'll have a different WAV file. It'll be in the write-up, but you'll have a different WAV file for each number, as well as the point, the hundred, the thousands, and that's how it's able to now say your values that are on your saber as you're changing them, or in the case of the battery level, what's going on with your battery. And again, if you put together your own font and you want to have your own kind of a voice, or a specific character, specific droid, you're going to be able to do that using the WAV file, so that your saber and all your menu prompts, as well as now all the spoken numerical prompts, are going to be in that voice for whatever you decide. And you can have them specific to each font as well. So just a lot of flexibility with it. But I was able to get that working. I know it was something that had been asked originally. At the time, because of how I had it running, it wasn't possible, but I actually changed how I'm doing the WAV file, so that now I can actually run it through the menu. So getting close to the finish line on my part. I know everybody keeps asking, no ETA yet, but it's in the near future. Once I get it handed off to Frederick and get everything cleaned up, he'll set up the alpha testing. So it's on its way, everyone. Hope you enjoy.